There's just one place to get our lowest payment on a new Acura Integra. $229 a month. It's the season of performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge, Total Landscape Solutions.
It's game day at Toyota of Hollywood. Our all-stars are here to give you our MVP experience. Join the fun and feast on discounts up to $4,500. Huddle up and score big on a 25 Corolla. Not $26,000, $17,988. It's a tailgate party you don't want to miss. So gobble up the savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Oh, Sam, not again.
Initiating Daddy's back.
Go!
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink. Be the maestro of your own home.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Price, service, selection. Get all this and more at South Florida's #1 loved Subaru store, Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Save today with our 3 ways to save. 0% financing, 0 down payment, or make no payments for 90 days from Subaru of Pembroke Pines.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on a new Acura ADX. $239 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
Welcome aboard. Good afternoon, boys and girls. Time to rock and roll on a beautiful Saturday, February 7th, 2026. We are here live at Beyond Bankcard Field, getting ready for the Fort Lauderdale United. They are taking on the Dallas Trinity tonight at 8 o'clock. It is day number 19,014 since the Miami Dolphins were world champions, and day number 8,797 since our Miami Hurricanes were national champions. Welcome aboard. We got a bunch of things to talk about. You know, I was thinking on a Saturday, is there a lot to talk about? And I'm wondering, and I was able to come up with a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. I got a bet for you, okay, that, you know, it's going to throw you completely off. You're going to go, wait a minute, you know. But, hey, you listen, the obvious stuff in the Super Bowl, I'm just, you know, we're not the obvious show. You know how it is. We're not the obvious show. We're usually playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. So I got something for you. Seattle, by the way, they're still a 4.5-point favorite going into the game. So it looks like some good money came in on New England to bring that number down after it hovered to 5.5, and then it came down, and 4.5 has been the number. I'm very interested to see what happens tomorrow leading into the game, if it really moves any more one way or the other. I personally have already taken Seattle -4.5. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm not one of those people. I love this matchup. I love the storylines that are involved in this matchup. I'm going to be into it. I don't really look. Let me ask you, Sean. How many times have you been like looking forward to the halftime music? Can you say like every year you've been satisfied for the halftime music? No, right? So it's like I was telling my wife that, these idiots make a big deal about Bad Bunny or whatever. Who gives a shit, dude? You know what I'm saying? That doesn't stop me from enjoying the game. I can walk away for a half and relax. I can turn on and watch something else. I can go to YouTube and watch some videos of some music that I do like or something. I don't care, dude. I know my wife and my daughter are gonna want to watch it for sure. I know that because they like Bad Bunny, and a lot of people, whatever they like it, they like what they like, dude. It is what it is. There's been years that I don't like a couple of the performers that they've had at halftime. Big deal. So what? Who cares? It's not the football game. I'm watching the game itself. You know what I mean? So to me, I don't worry about any of that stuff. I don't even look for. Do we even look forward to the commercials anymore? No, you barely do it anymore because the creativity is kind of lost. It's everybody repeats the same music. They redo the old films. They try to create extra. What's it called? What's it called? They try to create extra parts to movies. What's that called? They try to franchise movies, and all of a sudden, hey, let's go do a females Ghostbusters, which that freaking sucked. You know what I'm saying? That kind of crap is because there's no creativity. That's why we have this issue. But to me, it doesn't matter, man. Sometimes you're going to like the halftime show. Sometimes you're not going to have that like the halftime show. Sometimes you're going to look forward to the performer and maybe they don't live up to it. Sometimes they're going to blow you away where you look forward to the Prince one and then you get something that you'll never see again in the rain, and then you're like, holy shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of the way it goes. And I just think people get all bent out of shape. But I have a bet for you. So we will set you up overall. Looking forward to it. Let's see, we've got some Dolphins talk that I want to talk about a little bit. We got the Heat, which it's interesting. It's really interesting what's going on with the Miami Heat. And it's frustrating. It's sad. Like I had some guy go, who's a worse owner, Arison or Ross? And I'm like, yo, dude, relax there, man. Arison's a great owner. He's been a phenomenal owner. You've won a shit ton with Mickey Arison, and you've won championships. Are they doing it wrong now? Yeah, they're doing it wrong now. But let's not like stain the entire man's ownership and comparing him to Ross. Like that guy on Twitter was like, yo, dude, like that's disgusting. Don't do that, bro. Ross and Sherman, one with money, one without, and let's compare the incompetence. We can do that if you want, but the Arison family deserves a lot of love for everything that they brought to the table. But listen, this is what's gone on. Okay, let's just you know how it is on this show, right? We call it like we see it, and we tell you the honest truth about what's going on with our beloved teams. Doesn't mean we don't love them. Doesn't mean we won't support them. Doesn't mean we're going anywhere. None of that shit. Okay, we're here. We're not going anywhere. But the math is really simple with the Miami Heat. And for those of you that aren't old enough, you maybe didn't follow it. But when Riley got here, the first third of the existence of the Miami Heat, Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway and Brian Grant and Eddie Jones, and it just goes on, and Dan Marley and everything that they acquired, and Anthony Mason and James Posey, and it just goes, all that kind of stuff. Riley was on a roll for a long time. And he was able to throw the rings on the table and bring the names and all that. And the system was a little different in those days. Then they got lucky and they were able to draft Dwayne Wade and they hit on a superstar. And then that superstar became your driving force to recruit players. I'm going to give Riley credit for Shaq, okay? Because you still had to kind of wheel and deal. I know Shaq was attracted by Wade, you know what I mean? But it wasn't necessarily Wade doing the recruiting at that time because Wade is kind of young. It was really Riley doing the recruiting. And, you know, everybody was at a crossroads. Shaq was weighing 400 pounds, had a toe problem. He was hated in Los Angeles. He was fighting with Kobe. They kicked his ass out of Los Angeles, basically. Miami was willing to take him on, all that, and they had the stuff in return. And so it all worked out. So got to give Riley a lot of credit, but then that's where it ends. And then that's where Dwayne Wade, who then led you to a championship, and that's why I give him Posey and Gary Payton and White Chocolate and everybody that was part of that team that they won, okay? Congrats to Riley. God bless him. But then after that, when we get to 2010, that's all Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade's the guy that recruited Bosch and LeBron throughout the Olympics and befriending them and all that. And nobody could get, LeBron can't get anybody to go to Cleveland and Bosch can't get anybody to go to Toronto, but they got to come to Miami. And remember, Riley didn't have any juice because if he had juice, he wouldn't have allowed Bosch and LeBron to force him to trade first-round picks for him. Because they could have come here straight up, but they wanted the bird rights, they wanted the extra money. So it wasn't about Riley, it was about Wade why they came here. They strong-armed Riley, just like when Bosch had to come back from Houston. Dude, Houston was offering him $20 million less than Miami, and he strong-armed Miami to make sure they give him the max. A team that gave him 2 titles and gave him that opportunity, he strong-armed Riley to come back. Had nothing to do with Wade. I mean, had nothing to do with him. It had to do with Wade. And at that time, you know, it was all a whole problem. So, you know, the problem is that and then Wade recruits Jimmy Butler. When Wade's a free agent, even as a free agent, he's telling, they're in Chicago, as he's playing with Chicago and telling Butler, like, the only place you really belong is probably Miami. So he comes here because of Wade. And then it ends. And basically, where you've been the last, like, you know, years since then, you're under the Arisons now. There's no more Wade saving your ass. Riley has no more juice. Those days are over already. Okay, now the game is played with picks and money and space. And the Miami Heat refuse to tear it down and take the risks that they're supposed to take in order to rebuild and become great again. So they're fine with being meh. They're fine with being mid. They're fine with being mediocre, whatever adjective you want to use to describe them as what they are, blah, whatever, they're fine with it. They keep you enough in the hook and all that. We have gone through the 3 phases of the Heat organization. And Riley drove it in the first third. Then Wade picked up that next third. And now the Arisons are doing it. And here are your results, unfortunately. They're not willing to do what it takes, and they can't do it the old way anymore. And they're not the aggressive risk takers that the Moss brothers are, that Vinny Viola is. You know, they're not going to do that. They're not going to go purchase Messi and everybody else and all those other guys, and then more people along the way and try to rebuild. And if the GM don't work, Papa, get the new one and get the new coach and make immediate changes because it doesn't work. They're not like Vinny Viola that they're going to take the chance on the $10 million goaltender and then they're going to go after somebody else and Kachuk and all. That's not who they are. You know, they were on a crossroads too. They had Barkov and Huberdeau. And guess who had the foresight before anybody in town and said, you must get rid of Huberdeau. And wow, they did what it takes. And they went and got Kachuk and all that. They're willing to do. Even Ross, to his credit, his crazy ass will do anything, even cheat, in order to win. And he gets busted all the time for cheating. But the crazy son of a bitch will do anything it takes. The Arison family does not run their team with anything it takes. They are shrewd. They are methodical. They are conservative. They are deliberate. There's a lot of adjectives I can use in the thesaurus to describe them. But they don't have the cojones that you see from the Moss brothers. They don't have the cojones that you see from Vinny Viola and Doug Sifu. And they certainly don't have the cojones of a thief, a bad one, like Stephen Ross. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, there's a TV show that my wife and I just wrapped up. And what's it called? Released? What is it? Not Steal. Sprung. So a bunch of ex-cons that are, kind of bad at crime and they get busted. Stephen Ross would belong perfectly on that Prime series Sprung, because that goofball gets busted every time. But as I digress, Ross will not go to those extreme. The Arisons will not go to that extreme. So, folks, I hate to say it, it's over, bro. It's over. They are who they say they are. A mediocre team who imposes no fear. And the camera's here. And the lights are on. Oh. So sorry, it's over. That's what it is. It's over for the Heat organization. That's the brutal reality for that organization. They will no longer ever be elite again. They don't have Riley in his prime. They don't have Wade in his prime. They have no one in their prime. So no stars, no juice, nothing, unfortunately. And a conservative approach to everything. So as long as everything stays that way, the Miami Heat will get nowhere. This Saratoga water is delicious. Delicioso. By the way, our friends here at Fort Lauderdale United, you can come see the games tonight, FTLUTD.com. It starts at 8 o'clock. They're taking on Dallas Trinity. You want to get some of the gear, you can go to Fort Lauderdale United FC shop.com. And tickets also at 954-241-0618. You've got a QR code there. Use that QR code, man. All right. Appreciate you all out there. And, of course, brought to you by All Year Cooling and Plumbing, Florida's #1 AC and plumbing service. Extended warranties, financing available, same-day installations, free repair estimates, 7-day-a-week service. This is year number 53 for them. And this is also year number 16 for our air conditioner in our home. We installed it in 2010, dude. Okay. Tommy Smith Sr., rest in peace, sir. I got to know Tommy Sr. and Jr., obviously, who's running All Year Cooling now. And just great people, great family atmosphere, over 350,000 satisfied customers. They service from Homestead to Vero Beach, and new offices now in Naples. So our friends out on the West Coast that you listen to the show, watch the show, call them 888-204-5554. All Year Cooling. Don't forget, hit the like button. Very important you hit the like button. Get the algorithms going. As always, appreciate you all out there. You can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. You can also make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation and send in your questions, comments, insults, all kinds of stuff. Somebody did send in Litecoin. Just going to tell you, I'm not really a Litecoin guy. I appreciate it. I converted it to Bitcoin. It's what I did. And I appreciate that, but no Litecoin. Send me any of the other ones. They're on Venmo, but no Litecoin. You know what I'm saying? And of course, send in your questions, comments, insults, all kinds of good stuff. Man of 1,005 holds with a little bit of a super chat. Let's see what you got here. Riley better think about trading Bam and Hero. Tyler, they aren't superstars, and the more he holds on to them, the more their value depletes. Well, I agree with you wholeheartedly. The only problem that I have with your theory at the moment, my brother, is you cannot trade Tyler Hero right now at all. Tyler Hero is worthless right now. You'd be lucky to get a second-round pick or 2 second-round picks for his ass. You got to trade Bam, as I've said 100 times already for a couple years now. You need to trade Bam for as many picks as you can, because somebody will give you a couple picks for him if they're close. A guy like that can be a supporter for stars. He's perfect for that. I trade Bam. I trade Wiggins. I trade Powell. So now I'm going to get probably like 4 first-rounders there, 1 for each of those other guys and probably 2 for Bam. Okay? So now I got 4. I can't get Tyler. So now I have to bring Tyler back, and I have to get him healthy again and get him on a run because, of course, and this is in hindsight, the last time he was healthy for a year, I said, bro, get rid of him, get rid of him, get rid of him. But, everybody on the Heat beat and fans were like, oh, that kind of crap. And here we are again. So this is just stupid shit on the team's part and on the media locally in general. It's obvious. So now you got to get back to Tyler plays and gets as much, since he'll be alone, he'll have to score. And he can put up, he'll be on a bad team. He gets to put up all the numbers, and then you can get rid of him somehow. Somebody will then pay, if you can get him healthy next year for like the first half of the season leading into the trading deadline, you unload his ass. And plus, by the way, isn't it like expiring after next season? Yeah. So, oh my God, it becomes super sexy. You get him for a playoff run if he stays healthy for a half, which is saying a lot. Okay. That's like the news of Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis will be shut down for the remainder of the season for the Washington Wizards so he could get fully healthy for the 26-27 season. Yeah. So Anthony Davis can be healthy for 15 effing games next year. So hopefully you got to build up Tyler again, man of 1,005 holds. Tyler has no value right now, 0. But the other guys, you can get 4 and get 4 future first rounders, dude. And then you start putting yourself in a position where you get to the lottery, and hopefully you get into the lottery once or twice because you're not a good team. And hopefully you get lucky. And that's the best way. Plus you're developing all your young guys. You're forced to play them all instead of playing all the progress stoppers, which are all the veterans. Get rid of these veterans, play all the young guys, and get draft picks. So if a young player becomes available, you can do it. You know what you can also do next year? If you feel like it, you can even take a chance by giving up nothing for Moran again. You can do that if you want when you clear out everybody, because who cares at that moment? And you can try that. You can experiment with bullshit like that while you're developing your young guys. That's what they should do, man, of 1,005 holds. Do they have the balls to do it? No. That's not what they're about. It's not what they're about. So there we go. Oscar says, props to you today, looking extra skinny. Well, I don't know, but thank you. Appreciate that. You know what it is? My shirt is 5XL. That's what it is, actually. Let's see. Jeff in Long Island is in the house. He's number 1. Dr. Mario. Fire Spo. Bro, Spo's the only thing elite left in that team. That whole franchise. Yeah, you know what they should do? Trade those players and then trade Spo for like 4 first rounders. No, seriously, Spo's the only thing I would not change or touch or whatever. Spo's the only one, dude. Anthony Kyle Campos, he goes an emergency show on Saturday. doesn't he watch like every day? Like, how many times did I mention it throughout the week? Come on, Anthony. Were you sleeping? We said that this is one of our live appearances of the week, doggy. Stoney Stanley in the house. Lenny Pena. Thank you, sir. Don't forget, please smash the like button. Ty in the Bronx. Juan Rosa. Jamie Zoria in San Jose. Hope you're having a great weekend, my brother. Thank you for smashing it and the like button too. Eddie Santo. Thank you, sir. Says a lot of people look forward to it. Dude, a lot of people are going to watch the Bad Bunny halftime show. It's going to get great ratings. The women are going to watch. That's what the halftime show there is more for women because of the entertainment and the commercials. The ladies aren't going crazy for the game, but they love to gossip about how Rihanna's dressed or what J-Lo and Shakira are doing and, you know, whatever. And that's kind of like the way it is, dude. So it's like the Olympics. What do they put on prime time? Figure skating, bro, because women run the goddamn house. So guess who's going to watch figure skating at 8 o'clock at night and the ratings are going to be through the roof? Women. You know, you guys got to understand that there's a method behind the madness to everything. Us Neanderthals, we give a crap about the game. You know what I mean? It's not really like football guys aren't necessarily like, oh my God, I can't wait for the halftime show. Bro, if it happens, great. And if it happens to be good, whatever. If I'm watching, not, let me go get something and stuff my face. Let me go take a couple of smokes. Let me go take a couple of drinks. Let me go rap with my friends. Let me go call my buddy at halftime. Let me call my bookie at halftime. There's a lot of shit. Let me go to the bathroom. There's a lot of shit to do at halftime. Literally, too. Anyway, so it's just it's not a big thing. Cold and snowy in Rhode Island. Wow, man, hang in there. Wow. I got cousins in Deer Park, Rhode Island. Beautiful place, dude. Beautiful place. I've told this story before. Dennis Akers. I don't get to watch live and chat very often, but I always watch the show. God bless you guys and your family. Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate you, bro. Much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Francis, but call him Psycho. Yes, it is a cool studio. We have a cool studio here at the game. So come by and visit us. Rusty says, I'm from Saratoga. The water is the best. Saratoga Springs, New York. Representing in the house. Yeah, it's my new water now. All glass, no more plastics. So, and plus, the springs also have incredible reviews too. So that's the other thing about Saratoga. Man of 1,005 Holtz in the house. Gus 1388. The Jaybird. I'm sure I'll see him somewhere in the stands for tonight. Let's see. Unless they have Shakira and J-Lo, then guys will care. Right. And, you know, the thing about the one with J-Lo and Shakira, nobody's paying attention to the music. Okay? I don't give three flying rats ass about J-Lo's music. I actually enjoy J-Lo, the actress, more because I don't care about her music. I'm not into J-Lo's music. I'm not into Beyonce's music. I'm not into Taylor Swift's music. You know, it just, that's not my style. I'm going to go see No Doubt in May. Me and the wife are flying out there to Vegas to go see it. Okay. I wouldn't watch her solo stuff if you paid me because it's like girly pop. I have no interest. Now, what she did with No Doubt, I'm all over it, bro. I'm all over it because that's ska. So I'm into that. Ska, new wave, I'm good. That's different. That's a different genre of music, a different time for her. So I'm good with that. So, you know, and the guys are watching J-Lo and Shakira. You could just turn the volume down. It's like It's like watching a male, especially an Anglo, who runs into 23 and 51 and sees a telenovela. Do you think he gives a shit about what they're talking? Not at all. He's looking at the fantastic looking women on telenovelas for, a minute or two or whatever until his wife or girlfriend shows up, and then he continues to change channels. Although nowadays it's harder, right? Because now you're stuck into an app. You got to get out of an entire app there. You know what I'm saying? So you can't change as quick sometimes there, fellas. Anyway, so let's see. The ladies are always in it for the Super Bowl halftime show. That's why so many don't realize the Dolphins are a football team. Big O, if you were president of any team, no doubt teams would be successful. So far, you haven't been wrong. Well, I don't know about that, but I appreciate you. We've been blessed to be right a lot of times. Wrong, not so often. So, we look at it completely objective, dude. That's all. Just kind of the way it goes. Thank you, Marcellus. Blessings to you, my friend. We appreciate it, Sean, myself. Thank you. Yeah, Lindsey Vaughn. Lindsey Vaughn. Let me see. Do I have it here? She actually improved her mark on the downhill today by 2 seconds. Is that ridiculous? Blown ACL. And the woman is kicking ass on the down. The only thing I don't, please, if anybody out there is a pro skier, I'm an idiot. I just want you to know I'm just a goofball. So I'm just like spitting in the wind right now, which is not a good thing. Okay. It's not really good to go spit in the wind. Just want you to know, but I'm doing that right now. I don't know anything, but I'm just going to take a stab at this. She's got that knee brace on. So she obviously has got to figure out a way of the balance and direction, obviously, because it's slalom and all that. But the way I'm watching her, it's almost like it forces her to be even more disciplined on her jumps and her landings and everything in order. Like she's got to be extra clean on it because she cannot wobble on anything. So she's got to really, and it looks like it's kind of, that discipline is kind of keeping her kind of clean as she's coming down. I just hope, dude, if she places in any of the three, wow. Okay. It's a gold either way. Who does this? I turned to my wife yesterday and I said, you're the crazy ass woman that would do something like that if you were in the same position. You would not give up and you would go out there and try it and you would because my wife does that like every day of her life with all kinds of stuff. So it's just kind of like, she's like relentless about figuring out how to do everything. And Lindsey Vaughn looks like she is just relentless about you're not going to stop her from accomplishing her goal. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the greatest athletes of all time. This is one of the toughest athletes in the history of all of sport. Okay? This is like Carrie Strug when she had to land that vault on one foot, okay? Where the woman was actually carried, off of the floor from that. That is, that's the kind of stuff that you rarely see in athletes. You know what I'm saying? And the sheer toughness that it took for Carrie Strug and bravery to go out there and do that vault. I don't know what it's called. It's something like that, right? It is a vault, right? And for her to land that thing on one foot, dude, that takes balls. That takes courage. And then she's just clutch to end up doing. And now this woman's doing this with a blown ACL, man. Wow. The heart of a champion. What was it? Rest in peace. the coach for the Houston Rockets. Never underestimate the heart of a champion. Two-time champion with the Houston Rockets and Hakeem Olajuwon. Now I'm forgetting the poor man's name here. God, got to remember every little thing in the world. I want to do it before Sean finds it and before somebody on the damn text comes up with it. Oh, Jesus Christ. How can I forget that man? Go ahead. No, go. Rudy Tomjanovich. God bless. Rudy Tomjanovich. And he is 1,000% right. Never underestimate the heart of a champion. And that's who she absolutely is, dude. She is a champion of all champions. It really is impressive, man. Really is impressive. Don't forget Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can send in your questions, comments, insults, all kinds of good stuff. By the way, Bitcoin's at 69,459 on a beautiful Saturday. Oh, yeah, Anthony. I'm sorry, your super chat. Thank you, sir. Anthony Davis is like the OG board game operation. Yes. Yes, Anthony. Thank you, my brother, for the super chat. Yes, he is. He is just as bad as the operation game, unfortunately. Yeah, man. That is you can trade anything in the NBA. Anything and anyone can get traded. I remember years ago, I was worried. Are they going to be able to trade Brian Grant? Because his salary was a really, really big salary, And I was like, okay, well, wait a minute. Are they going to be able to, unload this contract? And that was something that they were able to do, which I was very impressed with. Oh, okay, you got to raise it a little bit. Let's see what happened now with the raising. The raising of the camera. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. All right, not bad. There we go. All right, got the logo and everything in there. All right, anyway, so what was I talking about right now? Now I lost myself. Now I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so just amazing with Lindsey Vonn, I got to tell you. All right. She is a freak of all freaks. The Tom Brady stuff I find absolutely hilarious. How you watch Dave Portnoy lose his mind, Patriots Nation lose their mind. Tom Brady has to he unfollows the Patriots on IG. And the part that I find kind of funny is that people don't have common sense in today's world, right? Tom Brady can't just be a fanboy. And he can't just satisfy the Patriot Nation and say, yeah, I can't wait for the Patriots to win. The guy's a national announcer now. So he really can't be showing bias towards anybody. That's one. Two, he's the owner of the Raiders. He has a percent that he owns the Raiders. So if any team he's rooting for, it's the Las Vegas Raiders, because that's what benefits him. He's helping to run it. It's his money that's involved. The profits are coming from there. There's a contract and all of that. Do you not expect for these stupid Patriot fans and Dave Portnoy, who just sometimes just does some silly and stupid shit, and he's losing his mind? Robert Kraft loves Tom Brady. He didn't want to trade Tom Brady, but he had no choice because he had to trust the coach that brought him all the titles. And at that moment, he had to leave the decision in his hands. And then they had the other quarterback there waiting in the wings and all, and then they ended up trading him anyways and getting rid of him. So, and by the way, when Brady won the championship in Tampa, do you know what owner was also there to help him celebrate that night? Robert Kraft. So while he can't publicly go out and say it, which he, by the way, ended up, backing out and saying something positive about Robert Kraft after. But I had already posted it on Twitter before he did all that. And it's like, you idiots, Patriot fans, Dave Portnoy. Of course, behind the scenes, deep down inside, he wants Robert Kraft to win the 7th. Just like Robert Kraft openly wanted Tom Brady to win in Tampa. But because Brady's position where he's at now, the guy has to play a different game. And you Patriot fans out there and Dave Portnoy, it's like you're freaking children, dude. You got to understand this guy, you grow up and you got to move on, and professionally you evolve and those kind of things, right? If Wade is working for the Jazz, then dude, he's got to start doing things for the Jazz, not for the Heat. And if somebody, whatever, any other player or person, they take stake in a new team, dude, that's a professional decision that they have made now. So you have to respect them as human beings and as professionals, that this is now their new job. And Brady's new job is being a national commentator. What national commentator ever comes out rooting like a cheerleader? No. Some people say they are in the way they broadcast something, but they don't come out and say anything, and they have no opinions either. National insiders and national broadcasters, they have no strong opinions on anything controversial going on. They'll announce the news of anything controversial because they're tied to it. They have no choice, but they're not going to have a strong opinion on anything like that. So Brady's part of that life, that family now. It's just so childish. I love it. A little Prince. Na 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 na. All right. Baby. By the way, Welton Rayom, proud sponsors of the program. We love talking about Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom. They are the bookend tackles. They are the lawyers that you can call. We lived it. My wife and I experienced it when we had some kids going, fast and furious into the wall of our house. And Progressive did not want to do the right thing. And these guys brought them to their knees. And so many of our listeners now over the last 6 years have dealt with Welton Rayom here in South Florida, on the West Coast, in Central Florida, on the Gold Coast, all over. They have called. And, man, if you ever have any trouble, if you have damage to your property, your home, your business, they have their own adjusters. They send their own adjusters. They're working for you, not for the insurance company. When the insurance company sends their adjusters, they're not working for you, dude. They're not looking out for your best interest. Get the people that are working out for your best interest, and then you never have to deal with the insurance company. Isn't that that's like headache-free? Jeff and Dan will crush the insurance companies. The only thing you do is pick up a check in their offices. So it's amazing. 954-966-4646. They're right down the street here in Hollywood. 954-966-4646. Go to WRFLAlaw.com. Thank you. Don't forget, smash the like button. Very important. Very important you smash the like button. So, by the way, Brady, on that, just so I can at least read the story, because I did not mention that I told you that he kind of gave in a little bit and had some nice words and all that, I guess, to calm some people down. So, that because he said, he didn't have a dog in the fight. He goes, I got your back, RKK, Robert Kraft. He wrote as part of an Instagram story referencing the owner, get that 7th ring so we can match. Okay? So, there you go. And of course, he's going to say that. And of course, he's going to think that, even if he doesn't say it. It's just it's just so childish sometimes, man. And people don't understand that you got to grow up. You're going to have some other responsibilities in life. You know? Hey, I ain't got no money, but I'm rich on personality. All right. By the way, if you're a psychiatrist in Los Angeles, you probably have a lot of clients already as it is. But I got to tell you something. If you open up an office close to the Chargers facility, you may get some extra clients. I'm just saying, because the Chargers are rumored to be wanting to hire the man that invented social distancing before there was a pandemic, Adam Gase, as a passing coordinator. So let me okay, so we got crazy ass Harbaugh running the show. Ain't nobody got it better than us. Then we got crazy ass Mike McDaniel, unorganized, disorganized, all screwed up, your offensive coordinator. And then we've got the very sociable Adam Gase as your passing coordinator. Are we going to have a clash here of personalities and effed upness? I'm just wondering. Like, seriously? This is what you're going to do? This is like oil, gas, and fire all just put all together. Let's just put it all together. Let's see what happens when you put oil, gas, and fire together. Could it be explosive? And not in a good way? Yes. Yes. Oh, my God. You're really going to do that? Oh, man. I love that. I can't wait. Can you imagine the discussions between Adam Gase and Mike McDaniel? Like, I think these are two completely different personalities. And then you throw in Jim Harbaugh. I mean, this is going to be, I wish I could mic that place up. I just wish it. Okay? I mean, nobody gets along with Adam Gase, and then Mike McDaniel is such a goofball. This is going to be entertaining for the Chargers. This is something that I am definitely looking forward to. I got to tell you. All right. What else do we have going on to talk about? Oh, by the way, congratulations to Kashad Johnson from the Miami Heat. He will be part of the slam dunk contest on February 14th. And one of the things that congratulations to the kid, okay? Because before I trash this whole shit, let me just congratulate the kid because I got to congratulate him. But Kashad Johnson, that's player like number 13 on the roster for the Miami Heat. These are the kind of players that are participating in the dunk contest. I mean, I grew up with Dr. J, Larry Nance, Dominique Wilkins, Michael Jordan. You know, like I grew up with some guys that were like doing some nasty stuff, but it was like the stars. The best of the best competed in the three-point contest. The best of the best competed in the dunk contest, and it just disappeared. You know, we were having this conversation that we've had a couple of times about college basketball. How when I watch college basketball now, it's like, oh my God, when you live the 80s and the 90s, this is Mickey Mouse shit that we are watching right now compared to what we, you know. And then I'm looking at the dunk contest, and it's like, you know, God bless Kashad Johnson. He's a young man that is trying to make it in the league, and as an everyday player, as a rotational player, as just some value. And so now he's going to do one of the, offset things. But think about the names that they're bringing on the dunk contest over the last few years. It's names that nobody knows. Kashad Johnson. I mean, we know Kashad Johnson because he's actually played for us for a couple of games. Okay. I actually like the kid. I love the energy he comes off the bench with. You know what I mean? But nobody knows Kashad Johnson. It's that to me is the hilarious part. Nobody knows Kashad Johnson. And here he is in the dunk contest. Insane, dude. Insane. All right. Let's see. That's true. Tom is a Raiders fan. Now he cannot root for the Patriots. Now he can to himself. Right, exactly. And that's probably what he's doing, that he's hoping the Patriots win for the owner, first and foremost, because the owner was there for him. You know what I'm saying? And he knows the owner was in his corner, but he was kind of torn with the coach and all that. And, the player's going to die out. The coach is going to last you longer. He made what I love about Kraft is he made that gamble. It didn't work out. And then he also didn't keep the old man. And then he also didn't keep his successor that the old man picked. He didn't waste any time and went and got Vrabel, and look at where they're back again. So you just got to give Kraft a ton of credit because he has the balls to do what has to get done in order to succeed. It's impressive, to be quite honest. Let's see. Are the Chargers trying to become the dysfunctional Miami Dolphins of the West? Well, that's kind of what they're looking like. Big O, I got on late here. Something special going on? Yeah, we're working. It's a Saturday. Yeah. There's a lot of special. The Lord gave me one more day on earth. That's pretty special. I would say that, right? Right, Sean? So that's special. It's also special, the bet I'm going to have for you in the Super Bowl. That's going to be special. I'm going to trip your ass out, but it's going to be special. That's for sure. It's going to be one that you're not going to hear anywhere else. Because, there's the lazy stuff out there. We don't do the lazy stuff. Big O, do you think Gabe Vincent is happy in Atlanta? He left the Heat because he wanted to be in his hometown. He was better off being in Miami, palm trees and beaches, just like Cali, but won. Money. The Heat wasn't going to pay him that money. So he has to make his money. You know what I mean? Strus has to make his money. And I bet that he probably ended up making more money. And by the way, what are the Heat doing anyways? The Heat have won nothing. And they're going nowhere anyways. The Heat are a garbage team, dude. They're a mediocre team, middle of the road. They're just lucky that they have a great coach. That's it. If it's not for the great coach, the Heat is really a very mediocre franchise. Big O, I was at the Celtics game last night. Oh yeah, you got to see that third quarter in live. Oscar, good for you. And while Powell and Wiggins played well, this Heat team has no stars. Like Jaylen Brown struggled, but at the end he imposed his will to win and had 29. Yep. As I've said over and over again, real stars in this league nowadays can impose their offensive will on you. Remember, I've always given you the caveat to the argument for Bam Adebayo. Bam is a super role player. But Shauna, as you're my witness, as I've said it, in the 90s, when Ben Wallace was a star, Bam would have been a star in those days. Why? You're scoring 85, 90 points a game. Points are at a premium. So Bam's not Mr. Points, but he is Mr. Rebounds and all that other stuff. And the game was played more in the box. He probably would have been more of a shot blocker in those days too, because the game would have required him to play against people playing in the blocks. So he could have used his athleticism. So Bam could have been a star in the 90s. But in today's game, defense is not that important. that it makes you that much, unless you are blocking 4 or 5 shots like Rudy Gobert and getting 17 rebounds a game. And he's not doing that either. And so since he can't impose his will offensively, that's why I've always said Bam is a super role player. And now everybody knows I'm right. The Heat are wrong. And all the writers are wrong too on the beat, because they've all labeled him like a franchise player or a star. I finally broke down Ira Winderman after all these years. Took a while, but I broke him down. Okay? So, that's just kind of the way it goes. And what are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? You see the third quarter, they have no stars on that team. Bam isn't a star. What was Bam yesterday? 16 points on 5 of 13 shooting. The guy needed to take 13 shots to score 16 points. That's not efficient, and only 7 rebounds. Like, come on. He's not a star, bro. He's not a star. His wife, she's a dog and a half. Let me get a little nasty. She's a bad bitch. Ooh, nasty. If it was a male, we'd say a nasty mother effer. She's a bad bitch. Asia Wilson, she doesn't take shit from anybody, bro. She dictates the game. She enforces her will offensively, defensively. Everybody, when she walks in the room, everybody stands to attention. That's the difference between the girlfriend and the boyfriend. Okay? The girlfriend and the boyfriend. That's the huge difference between the two. One can be an absolute badass, and the other one is a serviceable person, a person that is there to support. So that's kind of the way it goes. And the Heat don't know how to get stars anymore, because Wade used to recruit stars, and Riley was able to bring the stars before that. Now there are no stars anymore. So that's the problem. Let me see if I can turn the volume down there. All right. What else do we have? Big O, great show recommendation for you, Black Rabbit. Where's it at, Jamie? What platform? I need to know that. What platform you got for me there? Okay. Let's see. Jovic can't play for shit. He's off and then on. He needs to sit down. Yeah, he's Nikola is still young and inconsistent. Maybe he's another year away from it. Jaime looked like crap in his second year also. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people thought that Jaime was kind of lost in the whole thing, and it didn't end up that way. He ended up bouncing back, this year. So sometimes you got to be patient. You got to give players some time and all that. Like, here's the silliness that goes on with Heat fans and some people that do radio or right. You're all hung up on this. Where and Spo, dude. Spo's been here forever. You want to trust him? Give me a break. He's developed everybody. And if you're not playing or you don't deserve playing time, there's a reason why. Jaime was in the doghouse last year. He wasn't getting it done. They kept him out. And then after that, he found his way. Now he's playing. It's kind of interesting how that works out, right? Pallel Larson has contributed from the get-go, finds a way, and is always impactful one way or another. So you can't keep him on the bench. You got to earn it on the Miami Heat. So if you slack off and you're not consistent, or you're making mistakes, or you're not keeping up with your responsibilities, Spo's not going to put you out there. And clearly, Ware has not grown up yet, and people are taking Ware's side. Like, what the f- is wrong with you people? How stupid can you be taking Ware's side over Eric Spoelstra? Best coach in the NBA, best coach on the planet, the coach of the of the USA basketball team, and somehow some of you idiots think you know better than he does? It's like, what is wrong with some people out there? The only thing that you better cherish, and hold on to it like is Spo. The ownership right now ain't living it up to it. The front office ain't living up to it. And that talent ain't good enough. Spo's the only thing that's elite there. This wear talk. What kind of stupid shit is that, dude? How ridiculous can you be? Taking Spo's side over Ware? This happened with Whiteside. People were also taking Whiteside's side over Spo at times because he was having problems with Spo. But they would look at the numbers. Oh, boy, how do you sit him down? He had 12 rebounds last night. And you didn't watch the game, dude. He makes one mental error after another, and that's what Ware does all the time. And so you got to be the complete play. He's not good enough to just let him go out there and free flow and make all kinds of mistakes, because then everyone else will say, well, shit, they're going to let the kid do whatever the hell he wants. I don't have to keep up with my responsibilities, and that's just not going to happen here. You're not good enough. If you were the big three, and like they used to do at times, that they would just let up and people would take a 10, 15, 20 point, and then here comes, remember that 27-game winning streak? How many times did they go lackadaisical and all of a sudden they're down by 10 or 20, but you are the big three? Plus Ray Allen. You can storm back on anybody. It's like, okay, the Canes. Great example. Against Indiana, you screwed up, and it cost you the game. If the Canes don't screw up so much, they easily win against Indiana. They were the better team. Talent-wise, they weren't the better team, discipline-wise. Now, the Canes of the 80s and the early 90s teams, they could have screwed up a whole bunch of times against Indiana and still would have beat them by 15 to 20 points because they were that much better. But this Canes team wasn't that good that they can afford to do all kinds of mistakes, and no problem, they're going to win it. You're not that good. And so if you're the Heat, you're not that good to go play loosey-goosey and make mistakes and all that. And Spo knows that. You have to play perfect. And what happens every time? It's a quarter that kills you because you can't play consistent. It's what Spo said the other night. The great teams can bring it every night. Why? Because the great players can bring it every night. They have none here. It is what it is. It sucks, dude. Let's do a little music before I get into the Dolphins. And my bet. I'm going to freak you guys out. But I feel good about it. Okay? I may end up one if it doesn't work. I can't. That's the only hint that I can give you. All right, let's go with February 7th. Who was born on February 7th? Well, Wes Borland was, from Limp Bizkit, the guitarist, born in 1975. Let's see who else. Deborah Bonham, blues vocalist and sister of John Bonham, the late drummer of the Led Zeppelin band. I did not know that. I know about his son. I did not know that he had a daughter that's also a blues vocalist. Well, happy birthday to her. She was born in 1962. David Bryan, keyboardist with Bon Jovi, born in 62. Garth Brooks, country superstar, born in 62. Steve Bronski from the Bronski Beat. Tell me why. Bum bum ba-na-na. Bum bum ba-na-na. Bum bum ba-na-na. Born in 1960. Brian Travers, saxophonist with UB40, born in 59. Ran, wah. Mark St. John, guitarist, best known for his brief stint with Kiss. He can be heard on the Animalize album. He also co-founded the band White Tiger. John died back in April 5th of 2007. Let's see who else celebrating birthdays today. Alan Lancaster, bassist with Status Quo, born in 49. That's it for musicians. Let's go with other famous people born on the 7th. Remember, if I don't give you an age, that means they have passed away, unfortunately. Businessman John Deere, born in 1804. Writer Charles Dickens, born in 1812. Let's see. Comedian Emo Phillips, born in 56. He is 70. Actor James Spader, born in 60. He's 66. Comedian actor Chris Rock, born in 65. He's 61. Actor Essence Atkins, born in 72, 54. Actress Robin Lively, born in 72, is 54 today. Basketball Hall of Fame member and terrible hair, Steve Nash, born in 74, he's 52. Actor Ashton Kutcher, born in 74, he's 48. Quarterback Matthew Stafford, born in 88, he's 38 today. And also, Miami Dolphin defensive tackle Tim Bowens. Happy birthday to him. Sean Stanley. Do you have wrestlers? Do you need a mic? Okay. Gotta love live radio, by the way. It's a beautiful thing. Well, live YouTube, that is, not radio. But go ahead, Sean Stanley.
All right, let's try this.
Try it.
For February 7th, Tala Tonga is 35, Pagano is 40, and Tiger Toguchi turned 78 on February 7th, 2026.
Gesundheit. All right. Here we go. Let's go with what happened today in music history, because we're all wondering, yo, dude, what happened today in music history? What's the word, bird? Let's find out. First of all, in 63 on this date, the first Beatles single, Please Please Me, was released in the U.S. on the VJ label. Capitol Records, EMI, United States label, were offered the rights to release the single in the U.S., but turned it down. Idiots. Dick Biondi, a disc jockey in WLS in Chicago and a friend of VJ executive Ewart Abner, played the song on the radio beginning in February 63, thus becoming the first DJ to play a Beatles record in the United States. How about that, having friends in high places? In 69, The Who recorded Pinball Wizard at Morgan Studios in London. The song is one of the band's most famous live songs, being played at almost every Who concert since it debuted live on May of 69. The track, which featured the 69 rock opera Tommy, was released as a single in 69 and reached number 4 in the UK charts and number 19 in the US. Let's see what else. 75, Emmylou Harris released her second studio album, Pieces of the Sky. It features covers of Lovin' Brothers, If I Could Only Win Your Love, as well as material by Merle Haggard, Dolly Parton, and the Beatles. In 76, boom, boom, Paul Simon's 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. Just slip out the back, Jack. Make it no plan, Stan. Don't need any coy, Roy. Just get yourself free. Was the number one single in the U.S., while the best-selling album was Bob Dylan's Desire. Let's see. In 85, Frank Sinatra's New York, New York becomes the official anthem of New York City. The tune, which was introduced by Liza Minnelli in the movie of the same name, was a top 40 hit for Sinatra in 77. And if you ever went to Joseph's nightclub back in the day in the 80s, they would close at 2 a.m. and the last song of the night was New York, New York. Once you knew that, you had to get the hell out of Joseph's. Okay. And you better be at the valet before that song, because if you go after that song, bro, you'll be waiting forever for your car. I'm just telling you. So just in case, if it's the 80s again and you go to Joseph's right over the bridge on the right side there, just a tip for you there. If you've got a hot tub time machine and you go back to the mid to late 80s, just a tip from the top. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Let's see. In 90, Primus released their debut album, Fizzle Fry. It features John the Fisherman, Too Many Puppies, and Mr. No Tail. In 94, Oasis started recording their debut album, Definitely Maybe, at Monroe Studios in South Wales. In 95, Shania Twain released her second studio album, The Woman in Me. It features Whose Bed Have Your Boots Been Under, Any Man of Mine, and I'm Out of Here, and You Win My Love. In 2012, he's back, Sean. Dr. Dog released his seventh studio album, Be the Void. It features the singles The Old Black Hole, Lonesome, and Warrior Man. Again, I've not listened to Dr. Dog yet, but what the hell, let's give him his respect. He's in the news there today. In 2020, Green Day released their 13th studio album, Father of All. It features the title track, Fire, Ready, Aim, and Oh Yeah. Let me see if there's any other birthdays that weren't on the earlier list. Okay, I don't know this gentleman, but pretty good. Hip-hop producer, rapper James J. Dilla Yancey, born in Detroit, Michigan on this day in 1974. They know him as J.D. Yancey, one of the most influential beat makers of his era, with a style that often employed rhythms that were unpredictable and off-kilter. In addition to working as a member of the Detroit rap group Slum Village, he became a coveted producer for artists like Parcycle, De La Soul, A Tribe Called Quest, Common, Erykah Badu, Raekwon, MF Doom, Busta Rhymes, Janet Jackson, The Roots. Wow. Yancey died in 2006 from complications related to TTP and lupus at the age of 32. Jesus Christ. Way too early, man. That's unacceptable. Way too early. Anyway, so we got that. That's what happened today in music history. Appreciate you all out there as always. Did you see the Kid and Play story, bro? You know anything about Kid and Play? You know, right. And they were rappers and everything. Okay, so Christopher Reed, which is Kid, and the duo underwent heart transplant. Okay. Reed said initially he began experiencing fatigue and shortness of breath, which he attributed to getting older. I think sometimes you kind of chalk it up to, I'm getting older, the road is harsh. Eventually, his symptoms intensified last summer. He visited an emergency room where he received the diagnosis. Reed said he was first given medication to treat the condition, but at a 3-week follow-up appointment, the cardiologist grew concerned. He came in very swollen again, and there was little to unusual in somebody who's been starting on treatment for the swelling to come back that quickly. The evening, instead of flying across the country to perform as Reed planned, it was over. They couldn't. After they ran the blood work, it confirmed my suspicion. It showed that his heart was failing, and it was starting to affect the other organs. That's crazy, dude. Okay? And he's not really that, that old. So you're talking about a guy, let me see, where is it here? I want to say he's in his 50s. I want to say he's in his, look it up there. I want to say he's in his early 50s. I thought I saw it here in the article. But that is, wow. That's a crazy story right there. 60, he's 61 already? Wow, he's a little older than I am. I didn't think he was older than me, actually. I didn't. I'm a little surprised there. Very surprised overall. Anyway, so I saw that. I saw Don Henley also says that the Eagles will probably end performing this year over. He's going to retire and enjoy his family and all that kind of stuff. Not tour solo. I thought maybe that would be in play. So there you go. I saw a wild story. North Korea apparently is killing teenagers that watch Squid Games. They must love squid there. They really are defending their squid. I tell you, that is kind of insane. All right. All right, what else do we have going on? All right, so I got to give you my Super Bowl prediction. Okay, first of all, I like Seattle in this game. The New England passing game has been weak in the playoffs so far. The defenses have held them in check, and now they're going to face their best team. They are not going to win this game by simply running like they did last week. Seattle, I think, actually will have slightly more success than New England, but not a lot of success, but enough to win by a touchdown. So I've already done it. I've already laid the 4.5 points, and I'm going to hope that New England wins the coin or wins or loses, whatever. I hope they get the ball first or forced to get the ball first. And I hope they drive across the field and even get a field goal or something and give me another bet where it gives me, less points. And all of a sudden I can double up on my whole deal and really enjoy the rest of the game. So I'm kind of hoping for that because, as you all know, I always play the live line. Okay, so now props are things that people look at, from the national anthem to who wins the coin toss to who scores first to who scores last to, all that kind of stuff that all of it is really out of our control, but some of it really requires a lot of luck. So we're talking about a game where you're going to be forced to focus in on everybody, and especially the key players in a game. And so one of the guys that I would look at is a wide receiver, because Jackson, the Jigba kid, is going to be obviously number one that you're going to have to worry about, right? You'll be worrying about what's the crazy dude on the other side for the Patriots? Stephon Diggs, and let's see who else. I'm trying to think of Raymond Stevenson. You're the obvious people that you're going to focus in on. The same, right, Walter, the same thing for Seattle. So Jake Bobo is a 6'4" receiver from UCLA. And right now the over is 0.5 yard in receiving. One catch, you win with Jake Bobo. Last 2 weeks, he's had 3 targets. Remember, they're playing very good defenses. So you're playing another very good defense. You will not focus. Everybody's going to look at doubling all the other guys. And so the ancillary players are the ones that are going to make some extra plays. And Bobo, by the way, his last 2 catches in the last couple of weeks, 16 and 17 yards. 3 targets, 2 catches, 16, 17 yards. Where do you have it at right now? It's plus 150 over 0.5 yard. You still have it at plus 150? Oh, I thought that's what you were looking up.
No, I was looking at stats.
Oh, okay. No, it's plus 150 right now. Because it's so low on the totem pole. Everybody's overlooking it. Who the hell is Jake Bobo? All that kind of stuff. And he's like an ancillary piece. So to me, this is one that I'm making a play on because if you go look, he also has another catch for like 14 yards, like second to last week of the regular season or third to last week. So if you look at it over the last few weeks, they've actually been throwing to him. I like him in that game. That's like a odd, I'm trying to find value in a pick, and plus 150 for a guy that actually has size, all that kind of stuff that's going to make life easier for quarterbacks. I like Jake Bobo in this game to get just one catch, just one stinking catch. That's all I need from the guy. Is it still plus 150? Plus 150. 0.5 yard, dude. Not 5 yards, half a yard. Jake Bobo. That's what I'm going with. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And if it happens, God bless you all out there. Enjoy it. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know, I'm going to enjoy the game myself. So it's up to you guys to do your thing. So Jake Bobo, I'm going Seattle -4.5. I'll wait for something live also, hoping that New England has a really encouraging first drive and all that kind of stuff. And it drives the number down and gives me another break to double up. And then the other one is Jake Bobo over half a yard plus 150. That's the other one that I'm going to go with. All right. Basketball Jones says, Big O on a Saturday. Nice. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate being out here at Fort Lauderdale United. They are taking on Dallas Trinity today. So looking forward to that. By the way, just down the street, you can visit our friends at Acura of Pembroke Pines. They are close by. Larry Schlossberg, Pat Nasto, Tony Stampone, all the great people out there. And right now, the 2026 Integra, $239 a month, 2.9% financing. The 2025 ADX, $239 a month, 1.9% financing. The RDX, $369 a month, 3.9% financing. The TLX Tech, $389 a month, 3.9% financing. Make sure you tell them that Big O sent you. They'll take care of you there, man, at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. Finest dealership in the business, baby. It is Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Don't forget that you can also make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can you can send in your questions and comments and insults and all kinds of good stuff. And we always encourage the donation that way instead of the super chat because YouTube takes 30%. You know? So that's why we always encourage it on a consistent basis. Let's see. What else do we have here? Well, you guessed wrong on the Patriots there. Big Johnson must have missed it. Didn't know you were on today, but always good to see you. Thank you, Big Johnson. Appreciate you. Thank you. Kate, you ready? All right, good stuff. Come on over, join us. There we go. All right. Yeah, that mic right there, Kate. Yeah. Is she in the picture there? Let's see. Oh, we're gonna get that second one. Okay. We're gonna have some fun because today, obviously, we're here at Beyond Bankcard Field, and the ladies are taking on Dallas Trinity at 8:00, and so we're gonna have some fun. Kate Colvin's gonna join us now. We're gonna talk about the matchup. We'll have some fun and about a lot of other things going on in Kate's world, which is pretty cool. So we'll have some fun there. Remember, you can get your tickets at FTLUTD.com. All right. And you can also get, what's it called? Gear too. If you want to, you can go to Fort Lauderdale United FC shop.com. So if you want to get any gear, and it's always sharp, it is freaking awesome logo. Actually, they did a really nice job with the logo. So you can you can go online and check it out. So we'll talk to Kate about this matchup, the season overall, and other things going on. Don't forget to smash the like button. Always appreciate it. I'll get to my Dolphins topic right after because I was just about to get into it at the moment. So we'll get into that because it's something that it's kind of like a hot button topic for a lot of people right now. And a lot of it doesn't make sense. It's kind of weird that way. It just doesn't make any sense. And so I want to get into that. So we'll talk a little bit about that overall. Green Lion says new studio. No, this is our studio here at Beyond Bankcard Field. That's our studio here. That's the deal, my brother. So that's why. All right. Right. A little closer? Okay. Is that cool? All right, cool. All right, Kate, how you doing? Bring up the mic a little bit closer.
Pretty good.
How you feeling? I know you're
Good.
recovering right
Yes.
now. How you feeling?
I'm good. I got to practice 2 days this week. So officially back, excited to get going. It's been a little bit of a longer break than I expected, but yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, good. So you're probably ready for the next game.
Yes.
Okay,
Hopefully.
Good. We're crossing our fingers. By the way, you can follow Kate on Twitter, Colvin2, and on IG at Kate Colvin _. And is there congratulations coming on here? Because from what I saw on the IG there, that I think there was a proposal going on here. Just
where's
congratulations. There you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is very, very cool. I saw that and I was like, okay, that's what timing we have, right?
Yeah, no, I was not expecting because I'm from actually Dallas area.
Okay.
And was home from winter break, and I thought, maybe, and then come back here and got surprised by my teammates, family, friends, and so it was really sweet and cool to do it in a new, my new home, kind of, and share that with the people here.
Did you meet him at Texas A&M?
I did.
She's an Aggie, by the way.
Yes.
Okay. University of Miami fans, relax. Okay. You won the game. Okay. Relax. Okay. Did you watch the football game?
Sadly.
Yes, I know. I mean,
it's rough for us.
I'm asking an Aggie, did you watch a football game? Right?
Yeah.
That's kind of like an oxymoron right there.
Yeah.
Sorry. Texas and football, that goes hand in hand. That's in the blood as it is. So congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. So when are you guys getting married?
We think this summer.
Okay.
Just, I don't know, trying to start our life together a little fast as possible. And yeah, we're doing distance right now, so don't really want to spend much longer.
It's never easy, the long distance stuff. I got a job once in San Francisco, and that's my beautiful wife of 33 years. So there was a little bit of that where I was chasing a dream, and that's kind of any great relationship. You support each other as you're trying to chase some kind of a dream and all that. You know what I'm saying? So that's really, really important in every relationship.
Yeah. No, he's been super supportive, and he's working in Dallas right now and has come out and visited me a ton. So it's really cool that we're still able to make it work, and now I guess forever make it work.
Yeah. Damn right. That's going to be awesome. By the way, I noticed that you studied sports communication. Is that what you well, I know you were a sports communication academic, all District 7 twice already. So, and you were also an academic honor roll every year too in the SEC. So that's pretty impressive.
I did marketing, analytics consulting undergrad, and then my master's in entrepreneurship.
Okay.
So a little bit different route. But
so you've got your vision for your personal life. What's the vision for the professional life after you've had a great soccer career?
Career wise, at following school.
Obviously. I'm sure there's a fallback plan. There's something you've got your eyes on that you have a passion for.
Yeah, I actually really kind of started to like consulting. I did marketing, analytics consulting, and then just working with businesses and management consulting. And I actually have an offer from a full-time job that I'm considering to pursue after my career too, probably pursuing. And so that's been really great to have kind of my back pocket. And I like how it's really fast paced and upbeat too. Really intense, but in kind of a different lens.
Right. No, consulting is something that's complete. Now there's a lot of pressure on you.
Yes.
I know you've been a captain before for your teams and things like that. So you kind of love the leadership part of things, don't you? It looks like it, at least from your resume.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a super vocal, I feel leader. I'm more lead by example, lead by serving others and my intentional relationships with people. So I was excited to see how that kind of translates to a new environment, because soccer is a very vocal, thing. But I feel just doing the best and serving others well makes someone a great leader, and I'm excited to carry that wherever I go.
Forward Kate Colvin joining us, number 22 on the roster as the Fort Lauderdale United get ready to take on the Dallas Trinity tonight at 8:00. Remember, you can watch it on Peacock. You can watch it locally on Channel 10. So support the ladies, hit the like buttons, follow them on Instagram, also on social media, hit the likes, follow them also personally there on Instagram, and give them a lot of support out there. So talk to me about growing up as a Texas girl in Magnolia, Texas.
Yes.
Right. So since it's football, everything, what was the watershed moment where you fell in love with soccer? Was it something that you fell in love with, or was it just that you were gifted with a skill that then forced you to fall in love with it? How did it fall into place?
Yeah. I think growing up, I'm a middle child, just to preface, with 2 brothers. So I think naturally very competitive. Grew up, playing flag football, like tackle football, like just different stuff with them in the backyard always. And so I felt like I was always pretty like athletic. So I did track, I did cross country, volleyball, soccer. And I think soccer just, you can run, you can hit people. I just kind of loved it as a kid and was good at it. And so that kind of just became my sport. And I think from like high school on, I just kind of like pursued that when I knew I wanted to play in college. But growing up, just super active. And I think just the way how my family was with my brothers and stuff like that kind of molded me into that.
Since you're Texas, were you a big sports watcher too at the same time?
Or my mom actually, like every Texan game was streamed. Obviously Aggies, Aggie basketball, Aggie baseball, Aggie football. So
did you grow up with a passion for any sports that you were watching or anything like that?
So my grandpa played baseball at A&M.
Okay.
So ties there. And my older brother played baseball. And so I think just around sports, not heavily concentrated on one, but growing up definitely.
You have had to overcome sometimes injuries at times. I know your last couple of years in college, you also had to overcome some injuries and stuff like that. I'm just wondering, like, do you keep up with other stories? Like, let's say Lindsey Vohn's story that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Because this is like the most amazing athlete I have seen in a long, long time.
Yes.
Not woman, not man, athlete, period. End of story. She has blown her ACL out and she's back on a mountain slalom.
Yeah, it's insane. And I think like just Olympics in general, people who commit to that in such like a big moment in their life that maybe they only have 1 or 2 or, in their prime and
4 years,
a very niche sport.
4 years
too.
to that moment is everything.
And people who commit their life to such a niche sport, I think it's like really impressive.
But you understand this more than we do because as an athlete,
not to the same extent. I don't want to put myself on the same.
But what I mean, you can comprehend how is this woman doing this when the ACL provides the stability that you need in that knee.
Yeah,
and she's like doing 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like even with injuries, though, when you have a calling for something, you pursue it, at all costs. And I think for her too, maybe being one of the last Olympics she'll ever do.
Oh yeah, for sure. 41.
That's that push, and of course the love of the sport.
She has a titanium knee. The fact that she overcame all of this just to qualify again was stupendous. And then now she's doing this. Like do you know anything about Carrie Strug?
Don't.
Okay. Remember the name Carrie Strug.
Okay.
YouTube it. And when she was an Olympian also, she had a foot that was useless, basically. And she had to go do the vault where you go running, and you hit it and you flip over. And she had to nail that on 1 foot. And then her coach like carries her and takes her off. You got to see that.
Okay.
Like that's what we're watching right now with Lindsey.
It really puts it in perspective.
It's that moment that you're like, what is going on here? Like, how can you do this?
Yeah.
And so it just, it might motivate you to do something crazy like that one day, right?
Not that crazy. Hopefully not.
By the way, I want to thank you. You educated me on something. I have seen the memes around and I never really picked up on one or the other or whatever or one thing. But I found out in your favorite TV shows, obviously Breaking Bad, you have incredible taste. How I Met Your Mother, freaking hilarious. I had do you know anything about BoJack Horseman? Exactly. I had no idea. That shit is funny. It's hilarious.
Different. You have to be like aware of what audience you watch it with though, because it is out there. It's different. It's an animated like humans and animals coexisting, but it's funny and it's deep. It's really like
like I
philosophically like some of the episodes I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And I don't even know why. I think my older brother was watching it one day and I kind of got hooked and I'm like, why do I resonate with the horse? Like the main character, BoJack. I don't know. Yeah, that was a really random pull to put on there. I was not expecting you to say that, but
I loved it because I went to it and I'm going, what the hell is this? And then I'm watching. I'm like, this thing is hilarious, and I'm gonna watch it with my wife now because we just watched a show on Amazon, and it's called Sprung.
Okay.
And it's about a bunch of ex-cons that got released during COVID because during that time they had to gut the jails of the people that didn't have like serious crimes because of the COVID stuff. So it was they released. So these people are the most dysfunctional in the world, and they're thieves and con artists and it's hilarious. It's only 9 episodes. That's it. It's just
like
one
a short series.
It's like a short series. They're like 35-minute episodes. You go through it quick, but you laugh your ass off because they're just,
You're like, what is the plot?
And there's a little deepness to it. There's some, stuff to it also, which kind of. So BoJack Horseman, that was awesome. Thank you.
Really random pull.
Thank you. Thank you. That was good. I really like that. And then I noticed that sushi, pasta, and cinnamon rolls. Okay.
Yes.
So I got to ask you, what's your favorite sushi roll?
I'm a big salmon lover. So if you have
you and my daughter can hang out and have a ton of sushi.
So a good cut of salmon, maybe some avocado, maybe some eel sauce. I like it pretty plain so I can taste the fish. Even the riceless rolls are really good. I haven't found my go-to place though in Florida.
Oh,
I actually haven't. Even though we're by the ocean, I don't know different.
So you haven't really
animals,
found a good sushi place.
So,
I think I'm trying to think of something in this area right now because I know a lot of stuff down in Miami and in Coral Gables. That's a little bit of a distance. We got to work. We got to work. If you guys got suggestions right now here in Fort Lauderdale, send them in. All right, so we can help Kate get some great sushi. All right, so you also you another thing you hit my heart here. You love concerts and live music.
Yes.
Okay, so I've been to 1,400 concerts in my life.
1,400.
Easy. Seriously.
Oh my god!
Seriously.
Music festival, and you count the individual people,
No,
or actual
that's
concerts?
That's just one. When I go to Rockfest or Rockville or whatever, that's just one.
Oh my goodness!
No. I mean like concerts. Yeah. I usually I was on a roll for many years where I was going to 50, 70 concerts a year. So it was just one of those. I am close to 60. I'm 59, so I've been around a little while.
Do the math, and
yeah, exactly. I've been going to concerts since I was 14. So it's just one of those things. So I wanted to ask you, because to me, that's how I fall in love more with bands is when I get to see you live. That I know that there's no studio helping you, there's no effects and all that, and I get to see your real talent and those kind of things. And so, what's your favorite live concert you've been to?
So I went to this festival. That's what I was kind of asking, called ACL, Austin Music Festival, and they have big names.
Austin.
And I saw Hozier there.
Okay.
And I know the classics.
One of your favorites?
Yeah, Take Me to Church, Jackie and Wilson, Cherry Wine. But hearing his voice, it sounds the exact same. And he's just the way he's performing is majestic. His long hair, and he's that was great. And then actually an underrated one. I think they're a European band named Jungle.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're kind of they have 3 or 4 main singers, classic band, kind of techno a little bit, but the production and everything was crazy. And I actually was at the barricades because I waited out. The music festivals, as early as you get there, that's kind of your seating and stuff. So I was right against the barricades for that. So that one was really cool too.
I got a band like that coming to the United States. They come every once in a while. Nobody knows them. They're called Biffy Clyro. They're a Scottish band. They're a 3-man band. And
my fiance might know him. He's Scottish.
Oh, then
so maybe
Black Chandelier.
Okay.
Just turn on Black Chandelier from them and just start with that, and you're okay, you'll get them. But they are freaking awesome. I love them. I went to see them in Vegas when they came last. So it's always good. I got to know Silver Chair, which is an Australian band, which I didn't know anything about them. It's always cool to kind of find out about some of these bands that you don't know about. And then can they come to the United States? Because now you got to go to some European festival in order to see them. And
not
all
there
that.
Yet.
So who is on the bucket list that you've got to see?
I think a Tame Impala concert would be really cool, just the production of it. And I've been a Tame Impala fan before the album Currents came out with all the hits. In high school, I remember I had one ear pod in while I was doing like math in my algebra 2 class. And then it blew up like on TikTok and everything. And the tickets are so expensive now because they're very mainstream. But I think that would be really cool. Also, Coldplay is really close to my heart. Just grew up like my dad driving me to soccer practice. He loves them and like would have it just playing in the car all the time. And he also plays piano and guitar. And so like Clocks in my house was always playing and stuff like that. Scientist and X and Y on the guitar, like all those songs. So I think that one's like really close to home and would be cool. But it's hard because they have new music now. They don't play the same stuff.
Right. And concerts are so expensive because that's where they make their money nowadays.
Mhm.
You can't sell the music because everybody pirates the music.
I would spend money on a concert though. That's one. I'm going to see Mount Joy in April.
Okay, good.
But yeah, live music is one thing that I'm like kind of my guilty pleasure of where I spend my money.
We're gonna go see No Doubt in Vegas at the Sphere in May. By the way, you are a concert person. The greatest venue to see a concert is the Sphere. So if you happen to have a band that you love or an artist that goes to that place and goes to do a residency, go see it. It's perfect, the sound. There is no interference whatsoever. It's the cleanest concert I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
I saw U2 there 3 times. The first 2 nights that they opened the Sphere, the first start of it, and then I saw them. I went back in December, and now I'm going again. This is the second time I'm going to go see somebody at the Sphere, and it's going to be No Doubt.
Oh, cool.
But we're going there, and we're going to go see Santana in another place. We're going to go see Echo and the Bunnymen in Los Angeles. So in 1 week, I'm going to see like 4 concerts.
Yeah, that's how you're getting the numbers.
That's how we rack it up. Yeah, that's how we rack it up. I just went to go see some friends last weekend in Jacksonville. We snuck in a John Waite concert. That's just kind of, if I go on a trip, we went to Madrid. And when we went to Madrid to go cover the Dolphins, I saw Lizzie Hale there, Hailstorm. So, I always have to, you got to stick a live show.
I see it now.
In there.
I see it now.
So you have morning homemade coffee.
I'm a big caffeine consumer.
So your own coffee. So what is it? You go to like you go get the beans yourself. You pick it out, that kind of stuff, or are you just getting Folgers?
I'm like, no, I'm not getting Folgers. I have an espresso machine.
Okay.
Voltra. I don't know, but you have to buy the pods. They're still kind of expensive, like $2 a pod. I make my iced latte. Sometimes I'll do like a shaken espresso, honey cinnamon.
Save yourself a lot of money.
It does save
instead of going to Starbucks.
It saves money, but I will still say I still spend my fair share at coffee shops. So I know I put morning coffee on there, but
do you go on like on road trips? You like want to hit like a coffee shop?
That's a must. Like if I'm with my friends, or even like we go to we went to DC and Carolina. Like I was already looking up the coffee shops near a hotel. Yeah, it's just like it's like a sweet treat, and like I don't get stuff super sugary though. I really like the taste of coffee. Like sometimes I'll even do like plain iced latte if I really like the taste of coffee, like the Wells. I don't know if y'all have been to Wells.
I'm not a big coffee guy, but the wife and I plan on kind of retiring in the Panama, Costa Rica area.
So it might become, but that's a little bit different. Yeah.
I might become a coffee, consumer or appreciative of it. What is it? A connoisseur of it, because, oh my God, if you're in Panama and Costa Rica, it's like, it's all over you.
Yeah.
It's all over the place that they like so many people all over the world are getting their coffee from there in Brazil and all that kind of stuff.
That's what Wells does. It sources the beans from different countries and you can pick the different roasts, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So like from there, I don't even have to get a flavor in it because the coffee taste is just so, I don't know. It's good. It's unique. Yep.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. All right. So we'll tonight against the Dallas Trinity, walk me through, what do you see from them? What have you guys been watching on film? Because I know obviously last week you didn't have the start you wanted to the second half, and tonight it's kind of like pressure's building. Gotta start getting the wins now, stacking them.
Yeah, I think like our team is looking really good in practice. Like we're connecting a lot better. We definitely have a good game plan to play against their press and just kind of where they place their numbers. They look very vertically, like down one side. So I know we're trying to be prepared for that long ball down the side. And they're a lot different than Lexington, like different strengths. So I think it's a good matchup for us.
So they
And
play
then-
more of the European style up in the air instead of the more possession
I think
style?
it's like a little bit of a mix, but whenever they're forced to one side, they're pretty content with just hitting that long ball. And we have great defenders, as you know, in the backs,
Yes.
like
Yes.
being able to deal with that. So I think it should be good. But they did get some new signings, but so did we. So I think it'll be great.
You know, Kate, I think you've nailed it, because watching you guys from last year and then watching what's gone on, I just think it just hasn't jived yet. Like the chemistry that you guys had last year, I have not seen that yet on a consistent basis. At the beginning of the year, there were several flashes of it.
Yeah.
Actually, but then it's kind of, and to me, that's like the missing ingredient, that when everybody syncs and gets into place, you're more than talented enough to get it done.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
think,
saying?
and I think too, it goes a lot unseen is like the good practices and the good inner squads we do have. And it's just getting that to like translate to like match day. But I think, and even in preseason being out, I've done a lot of watching like the team and, you know, even wishing I'm in sometimes, but you can't help but be like, man, that was a good sequence. Or like, I'm excited to face these teams. And it's hard. Like Lexington's top of the table and like they, you know, play a good style of soccer and, you know, it's hard coming back from break and like kind of restarting. So, but I think we're in a good place and I think it's a great time to rally tonight and kind of change the story.
Let's get it done. Don't forget, get your tickets at FTLUTD.com. Come on out, support the ladies here in the second half as we make a run for the playoffs and hopefully get to the finals again. And of course, you can also watch them on Peacock and on Channel 10 tonight at 8 o'clock if you can't make it down here. As always, Kate, thank you for taking the time. We really appreciate it. Best of luck. Get back on the pitch, and congratulations again.
Thank
That's
you.
very,
Thank you all
very
for having
cool.
me, too.
No problem. My pleasure, as always. Thank you, Kate. You got it. Kate Colvin, by the way. And remember, follow her on Twitter like I do and many others. Kate_Colvin2 on Twitter. And on IG, it's Kate Colvin_ also. Tonight against the Dallas Trinity, man. Good stuff there. Appreciate her taking the time here on the show. All right. Dolphins. One of the things that I wanted to talk about with the Dolphins, and I just think that we continue, and listen, I understand. I've been in the radio business this is the 36th year. Thank the Lord that the first 30 was on regular radio. Last 6 years, I've been blessed to be able to be on this platform. And the way we do things on this platform is we don't bullshit you guys at all. We will tell you straight what it is and what we think is the proper things to do, or what is being done that it's wrong or whatever. But I don't do things for clicks. I don't do things just to bait you guys, which is what a lot of the media is doing because they're lazy. And, you know, you will spend your time talking about Jonathan Taylor getting traded here, or Dalvin Cook, or Dalton Reisner every year. You know, they need a lineman. Well, let's just put Dalton Reisner in there. You know what I mean? And they waste a lot of space. They waste a lot of time talking about this. Malik Willis is the laziest topic that there is in the world to talk about. And, you know, I just want to remind you guys of history with Malik Willis is this kind of history, okay? Matt Flynn. Anybody remember Matt? You remember Matt Flynn there, Sean? Matt Flynn was a Green Bay Packer for a short time. He had a couple of games filling in, and he lit it up. Dolphin fans wanted him, all kinds of people. The Seattle Seahawks ended up giving Matt Flynn a big contract. They also drafted a kid by the name of Russell Wilson. They also traded for Charlie Whitehurst. And they also had Jackson on the roster that they retained. They had 4 quarterbacks and ended up with one in Russell Wilson. And so Matt Flynn got a lot of money and did nothing for the Raiders, did nothing for Seattle. He bounced around a couple of places. It was a disaster for Matt Flynn. And it was a disaster for whoever fell into the idea, because Matt Flynn was in a great system with a great organization, and he looked better than what he really was, you know, because sometimes that happens, right? You're going to be a good quarterback, but maybe You're Aaron Brooks. You were good in New Orleans, but you weren't great or anything. But you came out of that system in Green Bay. And for me, Willis is a guy that's only played a couple games, got injured, but because you have two Green Bay guys, well, actually, they have like 5 Green Bay guys now. Now that you have like 5 Green Bay people, let me be the lazy talk show host and say, hey, Malik Willis is the option, when maybe he's probably not even the option. But I can burn a lot of time. I can burn a lot of your time reading and all that, because you read over and over about how Dalvin Cook was going to come here. You were listening to one stupid show after another, and we told you could forget about it. You know what I mean? It's like it is what it is. People are saying, oh no, you should keep Tua. No, bro, they're not going to keep Tua. They're going to let him go. And I just think that either people don't know, which happens a lot, okay, or they just want to bait you and lead you into it. And I want to remind you about Matt Flynn. A lot of you may not even know. Some of you have forgotten, because that's not Aaron Rodgers. That's not Brett Favre. Okay, and it's not Jordan Love. Those are the guys that stayed there and played for a long, and now are played for a long time. The first two, we'll see if Jordan Love has a long career, but so far he started out all right. Mark Brunell was good. Didn't have the career of those guys, but he was good. Aaron Brooks was decent, not even close to Mark Brunell, and forget about these other guys. So, Matt Hasselbeck had a very good career. Now, he played over a stretch of a couple of years and kept playing over and over and over again, and he ended up becoming actually a really good draft pick. I mean, a good trade. Seattle traded a first round. Miami offered a second round. Wanstead offered a second round for Matt Hasselbeck out of Green Bay. I just want to tell you guys that the Malik Willis talk is lazy on behalf of everyone in the media, but it kills space, it fills time, and it suckers the listener into believing that maybe that's a really good option, where I see a lot of Matt Flynn there, a guy that really hasn't proven much and got already injured in the few games that he played. And he actually started off like wildfire and then completely cooled off. One of the most overrated conversations that writers and radio reporters or radio hosts are having is Malik Willis. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. All right. By the way, I see that Diana Rossini is reporting that the Vikings could add a quarterback to compete with J.J. Walker, right? It is J.J. McCarthy. I'm sorry, J.J. Walker. Dynamite! J.J. McCarthy. And, this is another stupid subject that, the Vikings are bringing up now, but here in Miami, they do it all the time. I hear silly shit out of QAM at times. Oh, we got to have a quarterback competition. Well, let me tell you something what the Vikings are doing. They're not bringing in competition. They're bringing in, and they use Kirk Cousins. Diana Rossini used Kirk Cousins as the example that they go after. Ladies and gentlemen, they're telling you that it's competition, so J.J. McCarthy feels somewhat better about himself. But when the Vikings are going after a quarterback, it's because they know their window is closing and they don't have a quarterback. And folks, when you have a quarterback competition, you have no quarterback. Don't be stupid. Don't be ignorant. Don't be foolish. Nobody has quarterback competitions. The people that have quarterback competitions are shitty teams with shitty quarterbacks that they can't decide between one or the other because they both really suck or are mediocre. But when you draft your guy, did May have competition there in New England? No. Does Matt Stafford have competition? No. When they signed as a free agent, Darnold in Seattle, did they say, oh, it's an open? No. When you have your quarterback, it's your quarterback, period. There's no competition. If you have to compete to find out your quarterback, you don't have a quarterback. The only time it kind of looks like a farce of a competition is when you have a veteran in place that you draft a rookie and you start playing him slowly because you're bringing him along. That's not competition. That's just part of the development. But anybody that tells you, like Minnesota now, well, we're going to bring in some competition for J.J. McCarthy, that's the franchise telling the fan base we failed with J.J. McCarthy. He's not the guy. And that's why we have to go get one because we don't have the guy. The dumbest thing in the world to talk about in the NFL is a quarterback competition. There aren't enough quarterbacks in the world to fill 32 teams. We can't find 16 of them. So the few that have one, they're not competing. The back half that don't have one, yeah, they've got to open up the competition, you idiots, because they don't have one. And they have no idea if they have one. So they've got to compete. Nobody has quarterback competitions. And the Minnesota Vikings will not have a quarterback competition. They will sign somebody better than J.J. McCarthy because they know that J.J. McCarthy can't do the job. By the way, he's barely played and constantly gets injured. That's another. He can't play and he constantly gets injured. I'm still trying to figure this one out. I was never a J.J. McCarthy fan. Okay? I can tell you Sam Darnold has finally proven me wrong, but again, I can certainly tell you that J.J. McCarthy has proven me right over and over again. Okay? Over and over again, he's proven me right. All right, folks. We thank Kate Colvin forward for the Fort Lauderdale United number 22. Check her out. She'll be back hopefully next week off the injured list. We thank Isabel and all the great people out here and Tommy and making it nice and easy for us to broadcast out here at the Fort Lauderdale United. I got to thank my man, as always, Sean Stanley, the man, the myth, the legend that always gets it done. I appreciate him immensely. And, of course, my associate producer, my wife, who took care of lighting today, made sure that it was tight. And we appreciate that because if not, we would have had a whole bunch of light and it would have looked terrible. So she did a great job there. Appreciate all of you for tuning in on a Saturday and taking your time to support us. Please take some time and listen to the show. Hit the like button. Make a donation anytime. Visit our great sponsors like Caneswear. Use our code BIG010. You will get 10% off there at Caneswear. Sloman's, 1-800-ALARM-ME for the Sloman's Home Shield in 49 of 50 states. Laser Eye Center of Miami, Dr. Lascano and all the great people there. Toyota of Hollywood, Herbie Lopez, 1841 North State Road 7 there in Hollywood, between Sheridan and Hollywood on 441. Acura Pembroke Pines, all year cooling and plumbing. Hialeah Park Casino, we're there every Tuesday. BigCheeseMiami.com. Moody-S Dental. Visit, follow them on Instagram at Moody-S Dental. Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Welt and Rayom. EJD Construction. A lot of great people. They make it happen for us here on the program. Appreciate all our great sponsors. Appreciate all of you for supporting us. We appreciate you. Thank you. We see you tomorrow. Monday. Same time, same place. Same bat channel.